discuss regarding the basics of engineering graphics, title block, and we just see you that how we have to draw the sketchbook or sheets. So, and which are the basic instrument we have to use when we start to draw the engineering graphics problem or solve the engineering graphics problem. Now, today we are discuss regarding slide anchoring mechanism. Before that, I want to say that loci points. The topic is relevant to the loci point. So it is very important that you understand what meaning of loci point and what is importance of loci point. Loci or locus. Okay, locus is a path traced out by the point. You just remember things, and I already discussed in the previous lecture that when we start the lecture, you just keep it with you all the instrument regarding engineering. So probably from today we start all the relevant topics. So I just request to all of you that they may keep instrument with them, so it's very easy for all of you. Otherwise, difficult to understand. Okay, so I request all of you कि वो अपने पास अपने instrument रखे. Okay, what kind of instrument that every time I just discuss. Before that, I just want to say that regarding locus, as we know that locus is a path traced out by the points moving either in the plane, path traced out by the point moving either in the plane or in the space. Okay, we have one point, and that point we are move in the space or in the plane. Okay, follow with some set of laws. Suppose I have a point. I want to just say you that suppose I have a center fixed point. Okay, and I have one moving point with the constant distance. Suppose I have a center and I have another moving point with some constant distance. And if I just move that whole the point from that fixed point, then I'm getting one circle, right? I repeat, suppose I have a fixed point which is considered as a center and another fixed point, moving point I have. If the distance is somewhat constant, say radius r is there, if I just draw or if I just move that point with periphery of the fixed point, then I'm getting the circle. So this is the point's locus. Okay, so in this way we are considered that suppose the point the shape of the locus for point we are getting is circle. Okay, same way suppose I have a plane x and y axis. Suppose I have a x and y axis. On x axis means horizontal line. I have 2 points, above one point and below one point. If I can join both the points, then it may consider as a one line. Okay, if I can join both the points above and below, then it is considered as a one line. Okay, so this is the one another point where 2 points are there, locus points are there, and if I want to join the points, then I am getting the line. Now there are many kind of mechanism that we are discussed in the locus of point chapter. First is the slide anchoring mechanism. Second one is the mechanism having constant motion. Third one is the forward chain mechanism, and last is the spatial mechanism. Okay, so these are the some basic mechanism that you have to remember. Whatever I can mention it here, you just note down the important points. So it is very important for you. Now I just briefly discuss about the slide anchoring mechanism. Before discussion about the slide anchoring mechanism, Why it necessary? If you see the automobile parts, then in engine there is piston. With the help of piston, it may create the pressure. With the help of that pressure, the whole vehicle can work. Okay, so slide mechanism is very important part when we talk about the automobile sector. Okay, so if whenever I talk about the slide mechanism on that time, there are main two things are there. One is the crank and another is the connecting rod. What is crank? What is connecting rod? That we are see in this video. You just see that the red color, and I just show you with the cursor. The point is given to you, and the blue color portion, it is called as a crank. Every time its distance is constant, we are focused right now on the crank. So crank may revolve in its own position. You remember that one thing. Crank is revolve in its own position, while this is the brown color, this is the connecting rod. Okay, with the help of revolving motion, we are getting the reciprocating motion. You can see the this is the piston, the yellow color shape. This is considered as a piston, and the sign color shape, it is called as a cylinder. Okay, so in that cylinder, create the pressure with the help of these piston. So piston may reciprocate, or we can say that we are getting the to and fro motion of the piston with the help of this crank. Okay, so these are the actual mechanism where piston cylinder are used, and these are the application where piston cylinder are used. So you can see that this is the 6-cylinder engine where it means in most probably all the automobile parts, as I discussed earlier, the piston cylinder is the basic concept which may very important and very useful in every department. So the study of mechanism is very important for the uh, in the initial stage. That's why we are start to learn about this mechanism. Now I'm talking another thing regarding the mechanism is that you can see here. I just show you the one problem. Before show you the problem, I just want to say that suppose this is one kind of data given to you. Now to how to read the data and how to create or how to draw the figure. This is the figure that we draw from the data. I just read the data, so it's very clear for all of you. In a slider crank mechanism, see in the first point where I just uh, revolve my cursor in a slider crank mechanism. From the first line up to comma, you can understand that this is the example of slider crank mechanism. The connecting rod is AB is 750 mm long. You can see here the AB here which is considered as a 750 mm and it is known as a connecting rod. Okay, this is considered as a connecting rod. Crank OA is 150 mm. OA 150 mm. Where we have to put O and where we have to put A, because see, if you see the connecting rod, that is AB, and crank, that is OA. It means OA and AB, wherever it mesh, it is considered as A. So O is the center, OA is the radius, which is equal to 150 mm, and 750 long connecting rod. Now, one point is clear here that all the dimensions, as we discussed earlier, all the dimensions are in millimeter. But one thing you have to remember that when the dimensions are too larger, You can see here that 150 mm and 750 mm. So the dimensions are larger on that time. We are taking scale. Okay. So why we have to take scale? Because sometimes what happen, the dimensions are larger, as we can discuss here in current example, as uh, the dimensions are larger. So on that time, what happens? Sometimes it may not possible to cover in our whole page, right? So on that time, what we have to do? On that time, we have to just either enlarge or reduce the dimensions, and we are proceed for that. Okay, here you can see that 150 mm. So you can consider that 1 centimeter is equal to, it may be, or 1 millimeter. Say you can say that 100 millimeter is equal to 100 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter. Okay, you may take the dimension or scale as per your requirement. Okay, there is no any thumb rule regarding take the scale. So you are free to take the scale as per your convenience. Okay, so here we are consider. I am consider. You may be considered the different kind of scale also. So here I can consider that 1 centimeter is equal to 100 mm. It means that the OA is equal to 1.5 centimeter, right? Same way. So take O randomly. First of all, draw the horizontal line on your page. Take O randomly at anywhere. Draw the circle whose scale, as we discuss, 1 centimeter is equal to 100 mm. So take OA is equal to 1.5 centimeter. Draw the circle. After that, we are just see the data. So it's very easy for us. The end B moves along a straight line passing through O. Okay, where is B? It must be on O. So we have to draw one horizontal line and we just put B where it may be connected with the O. Trace the locus of point P. Trace the locus of point P. We have to find the locus of point P 300 mm from A. Okay, so already we take the dimensions that this may be AB is equal to 750. So this may be 3 centimeter, right? For one revolution of OA. That whole, I just now conclude whole data that we have to take OA 1.5 centimeter and revolution of a whole one revolution of crank. What is the locus of this point P? That we have to identify. What is the locus of this point P? That we have to identify. How? That we discuss one by one. Before that, we have to identify this angle. If it is given to you, then as per the data, you may consider. If it is not given, then you may consider either 30° or 60°. Okay, so right now I can consider that this angle BOA is 60°. If possible, whatever I can speak right now, parallelly you may also draw this kind of triangle, this kind of spherical mechanism. So it's very easy for us to understand and analyze the whole problem. Otherwise, you may confuse at the end because there are many points are covered when I just locus the point of P. Okay, I request all of you that they keep continue with me. It's very good for us. Okay, now Very important. How you have to go up to this stage. Already it may explain very well way, but I just show you with very smooth way. Initially, uh, yes, I have to convert this circle in 12 equal number of parts. Already we know that the circle means 360-degree, and it may divide, if I want to divide in 12 parts, means 360 divided by 12, so I'm getting 30-degree, right? Means each and every line must be of 30-degree. Okay, either you may use 30-degree, 60-degree set square, or you may use the protector, or you may use the angle measurement to convert in exact dimension. Okay, so in this way we are getting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, after that, as it discussed earlier, what we have to do, we are planning for locus of this point and also for locus of this point. So what we are doing now, we are doing that. Already we have this dimension AB, that is
So we can't hear your voice. Hello, sir. I think we can't hear your voice.
Abhi, right now I just show you that what is crank, what is connecting rod, how to divide in 12 equal number of parts, and how to take the dimensions. Okay. Now we have another data. So based on the data, we have create this single static mechanism. This is just explanation given to you with the red and black point. In this way, you have to draw with the help of only pencil. Okay, so on that time, don't be confused. Okay, let's read the data. So it's very clear in our mind. In a single diagram mechanism, the connecting rod CP is 160 mm and crank OC is 40 mm in length. It means that connecting rod is given to, that is CP, which is 160 mm, and crank OC is 40 mm. As we know that the C is the common point, it may be considered at here. Okay, OC crank, we know this black is the crank. So initially O we are getting at here. Okay, यहाँ पे हमें O रखना है, where 40 mm. So this is 40 mm. You can directly take 40 mm. Draw the circle. After that, the dimension of connecting rod is given to us, that is 160 mm. So based on that, we are complete the 160 mm. Here we assume that this is the angle OC and this is P. Join. Every time remember that these both are in collinear position. Then it is, it may be oscillate from this point. So offset is there. Okay, in next step, we are just explain you with the proper explanation that if there is offset, then these 2 points, this point and this point and this piston point may not in the collinear position, but there is some distance. Okay, so that I discuss after completion of this. So initially you remember that this is connecting rod. So this is crank. This is connecting rod. The crank is 40 mm. The connecting rod is 160 mm, and the center distance is given to you. I just read the data. Trace the locus of midpoint B. Okay, midpoint B of CP means connecting rod का हमें locus लेना है, center point लेना है, उसको tracing करना है. वो already show you with the cursor that we have to find. Also trace the locus of point D, where BD is the perpendicular line to CP. Assume BD is equal to 13 mm. The distance is given to you, so it's very clear in the data. Now we start to draw one by one. So it's very easy for us. Let's start to draw. First of all, draw the dotted center line where we consider the O. After getting the point O, we know that the OC is equal to 40 mm. So we are taking OC 40 mm and the angle that is 30 degree we are considered here. See, it is not given to you. So you are also free to take, if possible, you are taking the degree in that way that it may be 30, 60, 90, 120. So it's easy for you to complete the mechanism in very proper way. Now, after point C, you are getting 160 mm. So on that line, OP line, you are create point P with the help of rotor. Okay, with the help of rotor, you put the C as a center and P on P, you may just arc on that. So you are creating the point, join CP with the scale. Now we are considered about the midpoint. We know that 160, so it is a midpoint of that. So CB is equal to BP is equal to 80 mm. Now divide whole equal number of parts, and it may start with C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, C10. They are right now divided in 10 parts, but if possible, every time we are dividing 12 parts because it is very easy for us to divide in 12 equal number of parts. That's why. Okay. Now, as given to you the data, as given to you the angle, you may start. Already I discussed in the previous video that you take the dimensions. Okay, so we are getting the point. Take the dimension. First dimension is from C0 to C to P. That dimension is constant for C0, C1, C2, C3, C4 up to C10. If we are considered 12 points, then the dimension of CP connecting road is constant for each and every CP. Okay, so this is the center C0. C0 is the center, and on rotor, with the help of rotor, I can create the point on this horizontal line. That is, if this is 1, so C1, so from C1, P1, from C2, P2, every time you have to arc on this center line only. Okay, after that you may complete all the points. One habit you have to create, that whenever the point may be meshed on any center line, on that time, every time, suppose this is C1 and I can get the point P1 on this line, immediately you mention this is the point of 1, so P1, so mention every time in this way, so you may be not confused when you finish 10 or 12 points. Okay, so C1 is there, C2 is there, C3 is there, simultaneously C10, so you are getting up to P10. Okay, now join all the points with the relevant center. Suppose this is my C1, uh, join with the P1. This is my C2, join with C2. This is my C7, join with P7. This is my C10, join with C10, P10, sorry. Okay, so in this base, we are reach up to half problem. Okay, now what data says that the B is the midpoint of this CP line. Means that initially we are create the point B. Okay, now take the dimension once again. Whatever we are repeat, whatever we are perform for a CP line for C1 to P1, and same way for C5 to P5, and same way for C10 to P10. Same way, now CB is our dimension. Every time we are taking same constant dimension, and you are taking care that C1 P1 line. On that line, we are create point B1, C2 P2 line. That line we are create point B2, C3 B3 line we are create point B3, C4 B4 line we are create B4, C7 P7 line we are create B7, and C10 P10 we are create the B10 point. Okay, just mention with the darker point, and you may get you may get this kind of mechanism. Now join all the points of B1 to B10 including B0. This is the locus of midpoint. It must be dark. Whatever you may draw, that may be the circle, that may be this 12 part, that may be this inclined portion which may join all connecting road, and all the points should be light. Only whatever the requirement, that is, you have to create the darker portion. Okay, remaining points should be light as compared to the required portion. Okay, so I just show you with another video, so your mind may be clear regarding how to draw the locus of point of simple Shadakran mechanism.
Sir, your voice is not coming again.
Okay, this process is already we are performed. That's why I am not say anything. Already we are performed this whole thing. I just repeat or revise the whole problem once again. You just write down this data and finish this problem at your home. And next time, actually today I'm going so slow. Next time I trying to cover 2 and 3 problem in one lecture. So I require some homework from your side. So ready with some homework, and definitely if uh, you complete your work in time, then it's a very easy for you. So I request all of you that they have protector, they have a good kind of push pencil, they have set and T-square and good pages to draw these all things. Okay, so and every EGD lecture you require, either it may be lab or it may be lecture session. So it is just revise for you. Hope so now nobody have any query. I just after end of this whole lecture, I just share same lecture to you also in the Google Classroom. So if anybody yet not join in the Google Classroom, so they may join in the Google Classroom, and I just provide the code once again. So if whosoever are not join, they may join in Google Classroom and start to exercise at their home. You can see here, this is the output of our mechanism. It's called as a slide diagram mechanism. You just write down the data. That data we require for as a first example. If anybody have any query then regarding the problem, then they can raise the query and mention the comment box also. So I definitely solve your query.